from CBS News Bay Area, San Francisco shutting down location it's set up for Mission District street vendors.
Months since the city of San Francisco opened this marketplace, they were hoping to move vendors selling legal wares on Mission Street near the 24th Street BART.
Oh, yeah. Vendors selling legal wares. So you already ran out of town the corporate businesses, fine, say what you will. But you ran them out of town. The mom and pop shops, you also likely ran out of town. You forced up minimum wage. And if they did stay there, they were eventually going to get broken into by regular San Francisco street thugs. So while all that's happening, these people decided that they were going to give the legal street vendors a place to set up shop and then close that
station here so that they could then crack down and clear out the illegal vendors. But as our Jose Martinez shows us, there
was just no way. For the record, right? There were far more, exponentially more illegal vendors than there ever would have been, grandmas selling homemade jewelry.
Tensions in the world don't really mean anything if there's no one to sell to.
Rodrigo Lopez is packing up his stall at El Tiangue after 8 hours of work, making at least $65. Before the Mission Street vending ban took effect in November, he would have made more like $250 on a typical day.
For us, nothing surprised me anymore. But it's going to be like a new start. You start all over from zero.
Now he and other permitted vendors forced off the street are getting word that they'll have to move again later this month. The city is shutting down El Tiangue on April 21st.
The lack of foot traffic, in this area. The location is kind of in the middle of...
Yeah, bro, that's because the foot traffic, they were dealing in stolen merchandise. So they want to harp on the idea that this is all legal merch. But the people who are walking up and down Mission Street, they were looking to buy stolen merchandise for dirt cheap. These people are pretending that everything... Well, they're not pretending, because they try to get rid of the illegal street vendors, but the same people that were buying illegal goods were maybe purchasing a little bit of legal goods from the minuscule amount of people who were selling stuff they actually made.
Mission Street between the two plazas, so you have fewer people getting in on and off the bus and BART. They're walking by this location. So they came together with us. We've been communicating with the Vendors Association and decided that it was not worth the resources the city was putting into it, and that...
Yeah, none of it's worth it. It's all gone. It's done. You've ruined it, whether by incompetence or more likely completely on purpose. It's all over, right? So the street vendors are leaving. The legitimate businesses are leaving. The Venezuelan young 20-year-old migrants are getting shot inside of a barber shop.
Greg, neighbors tell me the deadly shooting is unsettling. It happened in broad daylight with plenty of people around in a busy commercial area. A resident cleans up the debris outside a residential hotel in San Francisco's Mission District. Shattered glass left from a shooting around 1:40 Friday afternoon that left one man dead.
We hear the chop. Then we come out.
Neighbor Jason Flores tells me he heard a single gunshot. Witnesses say the victim was shot outside the barbershop and that he stumbled back inside, collapsed, and died. Neighbors describe the victim as being in his 20s and that he was from Venezuela. They say it was the victim's first day at work in the barbershop.
It's all over.
We should close this site and use the resources to help vendors in a different way.
That will leave La Placita at 24th and Cap as the last option for vendors who are out here doing things by the book.
We don't really know if it's going to be a better place for us. It's going to be more foot traffic. It's going to be more sales. It's going to be better for us. At this point, we don't know.
Kevin Ortiz with the Latinx Democratic Club has...
He just said Latinx. That's how bad it is, right? So do we really think, does anybody think that this news reporter, news talker, CBS, sorry, I don't know, it's weird. I'm still trying to get set up in this new quote unquote studio. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out the filters a little bit. But this guy literally just said the Latinx. And if you wanted to even play by their rules, you're not supposed to use the word Latinx anymore because we all know now it's Latine. This is insane.
has been working alongside the vendors and says this particular experiment has been a waste of basically everybody's time and money.
You know, it's heartbreaking given the fact that there's been a ban that's been put into place preventing folks from being able to sit
Latinx Democratic Club. Can you believe this?
on the street and then burning money in a space that hasn't been properly marketed.
For now, Rodrigo says he's going to keep working here and also analyzing his options before making a decision.
I got everything on hold until I find out how it's going to be the new house, the new place.
So you're going to wait until the 21st?
I'm going to wait until maybe the 21st, 25th and see how everything's going. And maybe I decide and I can say I'm going to choose to sell in La Placita.
And Rodrigo tells me they're going to make the best out of this move, embracing the good weather outside and, of course, hoping for better.
So there's no good option, right? The legitimate businesses are gone. The street vendors are gone. The thugs are still roaming the streets. So no matter what happens, these people are destroying everything, right? The Pelosi's, the Newsoms, the London Breeds, they cannot be bothered. They will maybe walk down Mission Street for a photo op and pretend everything's going good, but they obviously don't have to deal with it. And no matter where you fall on the spectrum, quite literally, even the wealthiest tech bro all the way down to the dope fiend, they've destroyed everything. And keep in mind, this is the very same Mission District, the same exact street where a 20-something-year-old man from Venezuela was shot at his quote-unquote first day of work at a barbershop.
Neighbors describe the victim as being in his 20s and that he was from Venezuela. They say it was the victim's first day at work in the barbershop.
And look, I tried to keep track of this. This is a video, this is a live stream from a couple months ago on my Instagram. It's absolute zombie land out there. But I remember when the city said they were going to stop the fencing operations and they were going to shut down the illegal vendors, which they kind of did a little bit, but unfortunately for them and the law-abiding population of San Francisco, when they got rid of the criminals, they got rid of everybody because that was all they had left.